What up, son? Episode number 5. We in this
Yo.
bitch again.
Back from working so much.
Yep, we've been on it. We making our change and shit.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to start out with this song real quick from TroubleSome team member Creation 206, The River.
Oh, yeah.
And
I had a hand in helping record this.
yep, Nicholas was the producer,
Engineer. Whatever you want to call it.
whatever you want to call it.
Unofficially.
Yeah, and Monster Rock.
Bread with the center, our dreams getting bigger. No, I'm not a quitter. Let's roll up another. Get high with the river, then flow to the river. I dive inside of the river. I died inside of the river. I flow to the river. I dived inside of the river. I died inside of the river. I died in the river, and the river was you. You was blue, now you brown. From the dirt that surrounds. Pretty, but your emotions are controlled by the clouds. Water surrounding our town. Found your crown in the ocean. How? You bring light to others, not short term, maybe long term. We just need some patience. You can be cold, but when my body warms up, I can see past your ego. Sky full of fine people flamingos. Relationship building like a Lego, easily breakable. So the sound of you so common, got me rolling weed and laughing while I'm watching you from the mountains, knowing that you're outstanding. Got me outside with an umbrella, waiting through the rain, snowing all this bad weather. For my Cinderella, used to holding you right by the river. Bring you here because there's something coming about the river. Drink from the river like the river was liquor. Drown in the liquor, so I drown in the river. Keep my soul, fuck the gold, fuck the silver. Michael working harder than some fucking diamond miners. Shit can get chilled on top of a satellite. In reality, that shit takes time. Put a piece of my soul in these rhymes, hoping it's just not enough. We had it tough and we rough. Made it out of fear and blood. Learn everything that I know from the tug. River surrounding the tug. We pass it but at the river with all of my homies,
And we all inside of the cut.
pouring out liquor for bros and a gun. Moment of silence for all of our bros.
Shh.
To get back to it, I need to pay the chase. We do it all in your name. Been coming from the storm, the river it comes and it roars. Filling up from the flow. The rap before you go under. Somebody opens the door. Somebody opens the door. Somebody opens the door. Breaking bread with the center. Our dreams getting bigger. No, I'm not a quitter. Let's roll up another. Get high with the river, then flow to the river. I dive inside the river.
My
I
favorite
dive
part is
inside
coming
of
up.
the river. I flow with the river. I dive inside.
This is my favorite part right here.
Inside the river, I died in the river, and the river was you. I dived inside the river, I dived inside of the river, I flow with the river, I dived inside of the river, I died inside the river, I died in the river, and the river was you, and the river was you. Died inside the river, I died in the river, and the river was you.
Yeah.
The cool
So
part about that
Creation
one.
206.
Yeah.
That was tight. The river.
The cool part about that is the part at the end right there when his voice sounds a little, starts to change a little different in the filter. I did that.
Nice.
Like his voice was normal at first, and I felt like it needed something extra, so I did that. And I remember showing him as I did it. I was like, "Watch this," and he was feeling it.
Nice.
Chopped up his voice a little bit, cut it up so that it could sound the way that it did.
Right on.
It was pretty fun.
Giving them some clues.
I like
Tell
doing
them how to
stuff
put
like
it
that.
down.
I do that every time we record. Every time.
The coach. N.M.C. 206. So we played The River because Creation performed twice in the last month.
Yeah.
And it was at the Amber Bar in Seattle on a Thursday night called Soul Sessions, done by Be The Rock, I believe, or Be The Rocky, or The Rookie.
Something like that.
And she's the host, and she does it every Thursday night, and it's on First Avenue in Belltown. And the first night he did it, I was there a little bit early, and there was barely any people there, but
Yeah.
there ended up being like about 10 people, maybe 15 at most.
That's it.
And it was
It's not bad.
he was up first, and I was talking to him before, and I was like thinking to myself, I was like, man, on my way here, I was like, wonder if he's nervous, wonder if he's gonna be I don't know if I want to go up there or not, you know. But then
yeah.
I thought to myself, no way, it's freaking Jalil, come
Yeah.
on now, he's gonna be like, I got this, blah blah, right?
Yeah. He was more excited than anything.
He was pretty excited when I got there because he was like, I'm excited, but I'm nervous too. I don't know what to do. And I told him what I was thinking. And he was like, oh, yeah, no, I got it. He goes, I'm just nervous and I'm kind of excited. He goes, I've never performed before. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I didn't know
that either.
he didn't perform. So I was like, not even like in high school, you not doing that like musical shit or like a play or something like that? He goes, no, not really. He goes, I did something in high school one time, but he goes, it was like something small or whatever. But I was like, okay. And she got up and she even said, I've never met somebody who's so excited to perform their own music right now. She said most people's nervous, but he's pretty excited. So he got up there and I recorded him live on Instagram. And he did a really fucking good job. He performed The River and he just did a really good job. Yeah. He used the whole stage. He had his hands up. He was moving around. And even the DJ guy who had the song in the background and everything sounded really good. So like he had himself in the background kind of backing him up a little bit. You know, it was kind of quiet, but the sound was really loud. And he did a really good job. And then the second time there was a little bit more people there, you know. We did it like maybe 2 weeks later. He did it again. And there was different performers this time. There was like a different guitar player there. She was singing, Be the Rookie. She was singing. She's a really good singer too. And then he performed again, but this time he got to perform 3 songs. And the last time he only performed the 2.
Yeah. He performed 3 the second time?
Yeah, it was, I think he did Heaven Sinners.
Yeah, that was the brand new one that we did.
And then I can't remember what else he said he did. And then he did The River.
Okay. Yeah, no, the Heaven Sinners, the brand new one, that one was...
Yeah, it was pretty tight. He did a really good job.
Song.
And I actually put it on my Instagram, on my wall, so if anybody wants to check it out, Raquel Welch 77 _.girl, that's me.
I always put
I'll
it
be
in
recording.
The info.
So, you know, you want to check out any of his performance that he did, it's on my Instagram. So he did a really good job, though, for his first couple times. His second time, I think he was a little nervous because his dad showed up.
Yeah,
I met his dad.
Nice.
What's his name again?
Ricardo.
Yeah. And then his little brother was there. I think Miles was there. And then Jodeci was there.
Yeah.
And then Joey came with me. So we were all representing for Jalil that night. We're all representing TroubleSome.
His dad's a cool dude. I like him.
Yeah, and Jalil's awesome too because he gets up there and he doesn't just doing it for himself.
Yeah.
He talks about everybody, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He even said that me and Joey were there representing TroubleSome and said to follow us on Instagram and stuff. So, and he talked about TroubleSome and he told everybody that you helped him put the music together and stuff before he performed. So he's gonna be a good performer. I think he's gonna do some good stuff in the future. So everybody watch out for him because he's been on his grind lately. So hopefully he sticks to it. We're trying to help him out. We're trying to help him stick to it. So everybody go check him out.
He's been very inspired lately.
Yeah, he has.
I'll make sure I put his Instagram and the info and his SoundCloud and stuff so you can hear everything.
Yeah, and he also said that little Kendrick was going to come over and help me cook the next time I do Sunday dinner, so I'm kind of excited
he's
about
probably
that.
Much bigger.
Yeah. He said Kendrick's been helping him cook, so I said, okay, well, next time, he said, next time you do Sunday dinner, Rachel, I'll have Kendrick come help you. I said, okay, well, I keep you to it. Need some little kids around.
Yeah.
Okay, so my son got a top 10 list going on. We're going to do a top 10 list.
I decided to do the top 10 most infamous moments in music history.
All right. We're doing music this time.
So these are like things that like caused a big deal when they happened, apparently.
All right.
This one specifically got me very irritated when this happened. I was incredibly irritated, which is, I mean, some people might not have been, but I'm not. I don't know. Number 10 is when U2, the band U2. Yeah, their new album came out and they had a deal with Apple, so their entire new album got uploaded to every single iPhone, no matter if you wanted it or not. Right. So you started shuffling your fucking phone, randomly U2 song will play and you'd be like, I didn't put this on my fucking iPod. And every time you delete it, it goes right back on.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Like whether you didn't want it or not.
Yeah, and it just stuck on your iPhone.
And what? So U2 was pissed because they didn't get paid, or what?
No, U2 did that, and everyone else was pissed because not everybody listens to U2 like that.
They were just like forcing themselves on you.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they fixed it now. You can get it off of there now, but for a while, it was just on there, and you just had to deal with it.
That's weird.
I would never do that, honestly.
I guess they're just like fishing for people to buy their shit instead.
It was interesting.
But it's not even buying it if they're just going to give it to you.
Yeah, it's just on
I
your
mean,
shit.
it's cool that they're giving it to you, but I mean, why would you go buy it if you just had it?
It was an interesting move, and I didn't agree with it.
I mean, they do have a lot of money. I mean, it wouldn't matter if they just gave away their music or not.
Yeah,
I mean, they're pretty popular. Who gives a shit?
I think it was only like 10 songs or something.
I mean, literally, U2's a band that can say, I don't care if you like me or not.
Yeah, they can afford to say
I'm
that.
U2. And then you can be like, like if you knew U2 or Bono, that's like your in thing. I know Bono.
Bono.
He's so cool. The sunglasses and shiz.
All right, you ready?
You wait. First of all, I want to give you this key note to where you'll remember our cousin forever.
Which one?
Floyd.
Okay, yeah.
You remember meeting him in California?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when I was a little kid, and when I was about like maybe 10 or 11, they came to our house to stay in Seattle for like a week or whatever, and they came to spend the night at our house. And Floyd came in, and he was like, I don't know, he's way older than me. I think he was like 16 or 17, or maybe he was only 15 or 16.
Yeah.
But he came in and he's like, you guys got MTV? And he just started MTVing it up, right? And at the time, I didn't really know too much about MTV, and I wasn't really hip to it. But he was like,
not quite.
You got to see this. You got to see this, because U2 came on MTV, and it was With or Without You.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard that song before?
Probably not. Maybe.
He's like, I can't live with or without you.
I don't know.
Oh my God. I listened to it, and I mean, the way that Floyd was like, have you ever heard of U2? They are the best band ever. And I was like, oh my God. So I got like really entranced by this song, and it's a really, really good song.
Yeah.
But every time I hear it, and every time I hear U2, I think of Floyd, because he's the one who pretty much hit me to MTV and stuff. After that, I never stopped watching MTV.
I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe not everybody's a fan, but like every time I've ever heard about U2 on anything, whether it was like a movie or somebody talking about it, just talking about how much they don't like Bono.
Oh, he's like, I think fame like really went to his head.
Yeah.
This is the song, U2 song. It makes me think of Cousin Floyd. I'm like, oh.
Like even South Park, you know, they make fun of Bono a lot.
I think a lot of people have made fun of Bono just because like he's like made a certain look for himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's always kind of like tried to do that rock and roll persona.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is not very rock and roll.
Yeah.
This song, it's more like
soft rock.
Yeah, or like pop rock.
Yeah.
See the thorn twist in your side.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never really listened to him.
For you.
Oh my God. It's just, I don't know why, but this is just some good shit. Some good white boy rock and roll, man. Gotta listen to it. It's classic. Okay, so that's number 10.
Yeah, that was the first one. So number 9 is when Sinead O'Connor was on Saturday Night Live and she ripped up the Pope. And then after that happened, Saturday Night Live banned her from coming back on ever again. I can't remember exactly why she did that.
I can't remember what happened. I don't think I watched that one. It was like a super weird. She's a weirdo, anyways.
She did her song, and then she showed a picture of the Pope and ripped it up and said something about, you know, like
like protesting.
Yeah, you know, like the truth or some shit like that, you know.
Yeah, she was a weirdo, anyways. Like everybody freaked out because she shaved her head.
Yeah, and she started going crazy, and she had like problems and stuff.
Yeah, like, but she has really good music.
Yeah, that's what
like nobody
said.
gives a shit if she's like, okay, it's sort of like back in the day Britney Spears shit.
Yeah,
you know, like she just did some weird crap.
And now she's an act in Las Vegas and has like her own. You know, she's
got
like
some good music though.
Signed out there and shit.
She's got good music.
What's it called? Yeah.
So that's number 9.
Yeah, number 8 is
Sinead.
the Janet Jackson wardrobe malfunction at the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
When it kind of looked like Justin Timberlake did that deliberately.
On purpose. Yeah, it did. I
It looked
watched
like
it.
he was
it's
like, check
totally
this
we're
out.
doing it.
Yeah,
Because she had a freaking nipple ring on.
Did she
come
know
on
that
now.
it was going to happen, though, do you think?
I mean, look at her. She didn't look like she cared too much after it happened.
She didn't seem
She just
too
kind of covered up
surprised.
her deal for a minute.
I wonder if they did that, like, deliberate, like, straight up. They're like, we're going to do this.
I think they did. And then after a while, who gave a shit?
Nobody did.
Everybody.
There's literally the office that I was just watching before we set up in here.
It was just something to talk about.
Fucking Michael Scott said that he had a costume party and he came as Janet Jackson's boob.
That's hilarious.
I was dying.
I know they had a lot of stuff like on Saturday Night Live and skits and stuff about it. It was a talk of the town for like months.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's joking about it.
Number 7 is the Kanye Taylor Swift moment, which everybody in the whole world knows about, obviously, right?
I don't know.
You know when Kanye interrupted Taylor Swift and was like,
"Oh, in her when she got the best
award.
video award or
she
some
was like,
shit."
Beyonce had the best video.
Oh yeah,
and
God, what a psycho! Kanye West is such a psycho, dude.
She had no idea what to say.
Okay, first of all, if anything, he was doing okay, right, in fame. He did some crazy shit or whatever, but like, I feel bad for him though because after his mom died, then he started even doing crazier shit.
Yeah, that's when it went.
And then
overboard.
the fame, on top of the fact that he's with Kim Kardashian.
Doesn't help.
When you put them both together, I mean, even more paparazzi and more bullshit's gonna come your way.
Snoop Dogg was talking about it on the Breakfast Club. He was like, he needs a hug from a black woman right
for
now.
real, he needs a hug.
And they were like, what's it called? They were like, all the men in that family, look at what happens to him. He goes, look at Bruce Jenner, look at
Rob. He's like hidden up inside rooms and shit all the time.
Snoop Dogg said, Travis Scott, you better run right now. So
right, for real.
You
know what? It makes me hella mad where he's like on his song where he says, "Baby mom on Forbes got these other bitches shook."
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't know what bitches is shook by fucking Kylie Kardashian.
Yeah, no.
I go, fuck. I was like, fuck that bitch. I'll slap the shit out that bitch.
Kylie Jenner, actually.
Or Kylie, yeah.
Yeah, whatever though.
Whatever. Whoever, they're all the same bitch.
Yeah.
Put them all together, the same bitch.
All right.
They're crazy.
Number 6 was
Number 6 in it.
Woodstock 1999 riots.
Oh, dang.
They tried to, do a modern day Woodstock with everything from the 90s. And it turned out to be pretty crazy.
What year was it?
1999.
Oh, yeah.
The Woodstock 1999.
Yeah, because they
riots.
had I think all the bathroom situation was all fucked up.
And it was all hip hop, so hip hop shows are kind of different.
Yeah, it's a little bit different when you add, like you said, hip hop and then
shit.
they try to mix it up a little bit, you know, just like
Limp Bizkit was there.
Woodstock kind of did mix it up a little bit, you know what I mean? Not all those people were rock and roll.
What's it called?
Bands and stuff, but I mean, it's not like you can repeat what happened. The second thing is never as good as the first thing.
Yeah, no, and
you have to, and then they started that fire and everything, and it was ridiculous.
It was bad. It made it the Woodstock just look bad.
It was terrible, yeah, and it should have never. I mean, to tell you the truth, Woodstock was bad. I don't think anybody realizes. The concert was amazing.
Yeah.
All those people and stuff like that, and how
Sheryl Crow.
everybody was love and peace and stuff. I think the only reason people were love and peace is most people were on acid and mushrooms and the happy drugs.
And
you know what I mean?
the music was all about love
and peace, and it was like protest. But a lot of times when you protest Vietnam, it was more peaceful protests. People didn't go crazy.
It was the 60s. The 60s was a lot more terrifying to live in than the 90s.
Yeah, and then the 90s, you try to do the same thing. You can't do it because not everybody is as peaceful as they were trying to be. I mean, we're what? I don't know if we were in any war. I can't remember who was the president.
Might have been some conflict, but not war.
Really. Not nothing for people to riot for any reason like that.
It was all just. It was the era of the gangbanging.
Yeah, and it was stupid.
Uh-huh.
It was terrible, and they should have had security and stuff like that,
Yeah.
you know, when they didn't even think about stuff like that. Of course, Woodstock's about peace and love.
Yeah.
But, I mean, how you going to talk about peace and love when you got fucking NWA in there coming straight out of Compton, you
Yeah.
know, or something like that, you know?
DMX was there.
Yeah. I mean, people are going to, you know, do mosh pits and
Yeah.
go crazy, you
And
know,
it's a
because that's what
mixture
that's
of
about.
every kind of fan because they got such a wide variety.
I mean, come on, like Limp Bizkit was hella like
Rowdy?
but like the in between,
Yeah.
like hip hop people and rap people liked them, and then like rock and roll people liked them too. So you put the two together,
Yeah.
and you know, hope that it's gonna work out. But most of the time, it don't.
Yeah, no, especially in the 90s when everybody's trying to fight each other.
Yep. Everybody trying to be gangsta.
Okay. Number 5 was NWA and the FBI when they made Fuck the Police and they got a letter from the FBI saying that the song advocated violence and warned them not to perform it ever again. But they still did it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
That was
number
tight.
5. Yeah, that's like a statement.
That's kind of like when they told the Doors not to perform, say certain things, you
Yeah.
know, and not to perform or touch himself on stage
Yeah,
or
and he was
something.
like, "Fuck that,
He's like,
whatever."
fuck that shit, I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't give a fuck. And there was even police there too and everything. And
Yeah.
I think he even said the same thing. He's like, fuck cops and blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. So, you know, it's tradition for, you know, NWA to carry on that. Because you know what? Fuck that shit.
Yeah, and they
We
probably mean it
freedom of
more than
speech.
anyone else, right?
Yeah, freedom of speech, and then on top of it, I mean, look at what they were going through anyways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure, like, it's not easy to get picked on like that.
When you
know?
hear it from them, it's more authentic.
Yeah, and to hear that type of stuff when you know that kind of thing's going on,
Yeah.
it's like really weird and crazy, you know what I mean? Because it's not happening like in Hollywood, you know what I mean, or like in the rich places.
Yeah.
Doesn't really happen there, you know. You don't hear that, oh, somebody got shot in Bellevue.
Yeah, not
You know
too
what I'm
often.
saying?
Yeah.
It's just like that, you know. Bellevue's the fucking fancy town over there, and we're over here in the not so fancy town.
Yeah. You hear about what happened at Taco Bell not that long ago?
What happened?
Dude set himself on fire
Oh yeah, you were
outside
saying.
the Taco Bell
Yeah,
in White Center.
they said there was a big fire too that happened in White Center, an apartment.
Damn.
Can't remember what happened, or if somebody said it did it on purpose, or if it was like an accident. You know what I'm saying? And there was a fire at the Jack in the Box on 128.
Yeah, no,
Did you see that?
Yeah, I heard about that. And then, all right, you ready for number 4?
Okay.
Number 4 is when Metallica sued Napster.
Oh,
Because they
fucking
put
Metallica.
they put unreleased music on the website, so they sued for copyright infringement and racketeering, and that set off a whole thing.
Whole thing. Everybody started suing Napster.
Yeah, because he figured out a way to put music online.
Yeah, I mean, he figured out how to put free music online, which fucked everybody in the music industry, basically. Because, I mean, the internet is the most powerful thing because it can take you from, you can hear somebody like we're doing right now in a garage in Burien/White Center, and you can hear us all the way in fucking Japan if you want to.
Yeah.
And you can hear it for free, and we're giving this away for free. You know what I'm saying?
And Napster
That's what
kinda
he
started it,
created.
yeah.
He created that whole thing. That whole platform.
Changed the game.
He changed the game.
Yeah.
And whether or not he's getting paid for it or not, which he's probably not.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, look what happened. All the suing and
He got sued
everything.
hard.
Which makes sense because, I mean, why, you know, a lot of times, why do people become musicians? Because they want to be famous and
Yeah,
they want to
make a
make
lot of
money.
money, yeah.
That's what musicians mostly do. And if you don't want to make money and you don't care and you just do it for the music,
Yeah.
you don't necessarily make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because you don't try that hard, you know, to do those things.
Unless you're able
but
to
that's what
tour.
people want. They want to be fucking rich and famous. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to be rich. I don't know about being famous. I mean, I think maybe I want to be famous a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got 276 followers. Hey. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? And maybe I'm famous in my own way.
Yeah.
I'm
Who
pretty
knows?
famous at work.
All right, you ready for number 3?
Yep.
It's the payola scandal. You ever hear about that?
What's that?
In the 50s, they were doing like bribery of radio stations to only play certain songs.
Uh-huh.
And the whole investigation went out about it. And back in the 50s, and they went to certain places and was like,
you're playing certain music for money. You can't do that.
Yeah. And that changed the radio station game or some shit like that. I don't know exactly what happened, but it was the whole thing in the 50s, apparently.
That's freaking stupid.
Yeah, it almost sounds like what they do today, honestly.
Well, I mean, sometimes that's what they did back in the day, because like in the 20s, there was like a radio station out in the middle of nowhere, right? People would drive up there and be like, here's my freaking record, right?
Yeah.
And either they would play it or they wouldn't, right? But if you gave them money and you stood there and said, play my fucking record, they'll play it, you know? Or even too, some people probably said, here, play my record.
Yeah, it was probably different.
With a gun to their heads sometimes. But also, you know, like, I mean, if you watch some of these older movies, you know, where they're talking about Muddy Waters, right?
Yeah.
Like the way he got started, where those dudes just rolled up on him and said, I can record you from the back of my trunk.
Yeah.
Play your record or play your guitar and I'll record you on my record. You know, and they got paid lots of money to do. He got paid money to do it. I mean, probably not what he probably should have. Yeah. But I mean, that's what they used to do. He used to go to record companies and just say, like, listen, here, let's play him live instead, and then start playing his record. You know, here's here live. We'll play live. And, you know, I mean, who wouldn't? Like, if you were a DJ, who wouldn't want that kind of publicity on their radio station? You know, everybody would want to listen to your radio station. Especially back in the day, Muddy Waters was a shiz.
Yeah, no, I've been listening to some of that. And Howlin' Wolf and Otis Redding and stuff like that.
Otis Redding's a shit.
Number 2, you ready for it? You probably know some shit about this one.
Yep.
Milli Vanilli lip sync scandal.
Oh, hey! Oh, my God.
1989.
I love Milli Vanilli.
Their
oh, my
song
God.
skipped as they were singing on stage.
Right.
And it revealed that they weren't the actual singers.
Ooh, 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 I love you. I don't even remember who the original singers were.
Yeah.
And like a lot of times I was like, dang, that sucks, because I thought they were a cool band when I was a kid, you know. And they have really good songs, you know what I mean? They were really good. I mean, people liked them a lot.
But they were just the face of that actual thing?
They were just the face and the performers, because they liked the way they performed. Like, for some reason, people liked their dancing and stuff. They had dreadlocks and shit. Yeah. And, but they did have good music. Whoever wrote their music was right on. They had good music.
I always wondered why I kept hearing that name.
This was one of my favorite songs right here. This was the shit. When I was a kid, everybody loved this song. I mean, I'm pretty sure you've heard this song before.
Maybe. Who knows?
Hold on, you gotta get into it a little bit. Oh, right there's when you know exactly what you're listening to right there. Oh, everybody's like, hey, all the ladies. Yes, blame it on the rain.
You said you didn't need her.
Look, this is the video, and you can tell, like, lip singing. Right there. He's lip singing. Look, they had dreadlocks. But look, everybody's like, oh, he's so beautiful.
Yeah.
He had pretty eyes.
You know what's funny about that?
Everybody loved these guys.
I'm pretty sure Key and Peele made a skit about them.
I'm pretty sure they did. They probably did. They probably put the dreadlocks on and shit.
Yeah, they did.
Yep. They're probably doing the dance, too, because there's another song they did where they did, like, this jumpy dance and stuff. Yeah. It's hella funny. Just don't feel the same. Gotta blame it on something. Gotta blame it on something. What? Blame it on the rain.
I've never heard this
before. Blame it on the stars that shine at night.
Whatever you do,
don't put the blame on you. Blame it on the rain. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so this is like some R. Kelly shit, you know? Like R. Kelly sings that song, I Wish I Could Fly. Yeah. That just ruins everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, the song was dope. I mean, come on now. Who don't want to blame it on the rain? Yeah, yeah.
and then everybody canceled them as soon as they actually got targeted for fraud for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did. But I mean, who actually sang the songs? Where they at? They's good singers, and that's a good song. Where they at?
They could have just kept doing their career.
Going.
Right?
Yeah.
Been like, oh yeah,
we're the real people.
We're the real dudes.
Yeah. I think they were, though. It was strange because I think they were some white dudes.
Was it? Yeah, okay.
I think so.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think it was like a white dude and some like other type of dude. I can't remember, but.
All right, you ready for number 1?
Yeah.
This is when the Rolling Stones played at what's it called, Altamont, somewhere like that. And they thought it would be a good idea to use the Hells Angels as security.
Oh my God.
For a free one-day festival, and apparently 4 people died, 1 was murdered.
What?
And 4 babies were born.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Apparently, you know, they thought that the Hells Angels would do good at security, but apparently they were also intoxicated as they were doing security.
So
well,
I'm sure they're the Hells Angels.
They were rowdy as fuck.
Sake.
They were rowdy as fuck, and they were starting fights and shit with people, you know?
Yeah.
And even like Mick Jagger had to stop the show and be like, yo,
like, don't do that.
Stop. He goes, that's not what we're here for, blah, blah, blah. And it wasn't working. It wasn't working at all. It was just a disaster.
That's crazy.
Right?
I didn't even know that.
I thought that was a bad idea. I was like, yeah, that was a bad call on the Rolling Stones.
There was some murders there.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
That's the Rolling Stones decided to do. That was probably the worst decision.
I mean, they were probably high at the time.
Yeah, it's possible. They were trying to be good when they didn't realize how like crazy those people actually were. Probably, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't hire the Hells Angels and think that you're just gonna get some regular shit.
Yeah, no, especially with all that they had going on. You know,
they're crazies. They were selling drugs. They were killing people.
Yeah, and it was very well.
They were
known.
raping chicks.
Yeah.
They were doing all kinds of crazy
and they're
shit.
all over the country.
Yeah, they were doing all crazy shit.
The Rolling Stones were like, yeah, let's have those guys be our security. They probably had no idea.
But it's crazy. You notice how, like, it don't matter.
Yeah.
Anybody with, like, a lot of money, good music, or they have, like, good standings or a good movie, or someone loves them for something or whatever, it's almost like they can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Like, people don't care. Like, people are like, oh, fuck that shit for, like, maybe 10 minutes. And then they're like, oh, whatever, because they came out with some new shit and it was good. I mean, it's weird. How do you decide for one or the other? Like, somebody said R. Kelly's coming out with the tour or whatever. Like, oh, wow, who cares? He's not going to make that much money because I don't think very many people's going to come to his shit.
People
you know?
might try to go fight him.
Well, yeah, people might try to kill him too. You know what I mean?
Might try to get a ticket
listen
to go
people are like, look at what people have had open their eyes to. You know what I mean? I've been saying it for years, just like the last time we talked about it. I've been saying it since I'm 10.
I think he needs to just shut up and get a new career choice and
or just go to jail and face it.
For real. Like, because you're not making yourself... Even with that interview when he was yelling and shit.
Yeah, he's crazy. Like, I watched the interview, right? And then I watched CNN, and they had this lady. She came on, and she's a professional, like, person who reads, like, your body and the way you move when you're talking.
Yeah.
And she could tell whether you're lying or you're telling the truth or where you're being sincere or not.
Like your tells and shit.
Yeah. And she said, home dude is insanely crazy, and he's lying about a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
when you do certain stuff, he's lying about a lot. And she was like, well, when he gets up and he's like talking to her and he's yelling and stuff.
Yeah, and he blew up.
She said he's genuinely angry, and you can tell through his face and stuff. He's angry at what's happening. She says, but what he's doing is like trying to control, like put himself over the top and make himself taller than Gail. And Gail was the shit, and she just was like...
She was like, what?
She was just like, Robert.
She was chilling.
Robert, calm down, Robert.
Yeah, she was like...
She was tight. Everybody's praising Gail. She was getting fucking praises for
She was probably sitting
hella.
there like, ooh, hella people finna watch this one.
Right. She was like, this is some dope ass shit right here.
She's a professional.
She's like, my show's gonna be the hit right now. Yeah, Gail's the shit. She's Oprah's best friend. How can you not love Gail? Come on now.
Funny.
How can you not love Oprah's best friend? You fucking love Oprah. She's the shit.
All right, what do we got up for next? That was my list.
That was a good list.
Top 10 most infamous.
Okay, but I missed number 7. What was number 7 again?
Number 7 was the...
You know what?
Kanye West Taylor Swift thing.
I used to love Janet Jackson. Oh, well, not used to. I love Janet Jackson. I used to like dance to her shit. I know some steps, right? I can do some right. Dun, 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 dun. I know that shit by heart. I think you used to watch me do it.
Probably was there.
That's hella funny. You know what? I really felt bad for Taylor Swift. Took her moment away. That's terrible.
I honestly didn't feel that bad about it, but it's all right. It reminded me of Old Dirty Bastard at the Grammys. He was at the Grammys and he was drunk as fuck.
Yeah.
And he went on stage when somebody was talking, just like Kanye did, and he yelled out loud, "Wu-Tang's for the kids. Wu-Tang's for the." He said it over and over until somebody came and took him off stage.
I said, "Shut up."
I said, "Yep, that's Old Dirty Bastard shit right there."
Oh, baby.
That's how I felt about it, but I'm not like other people. I'm more hip hop fan than anything else.
Yeah.
At all.
I do. I also wanted to do some shout outs real quick from for some of my hip hop peeps that I love.
All right, do that thing.
We got Blimes Brixton.
Yeah, she
just
came out
the
the
new one, Castles.
She got Method Man on the album too. I've seen that.
She came out a new one, Castles, and my favorite is "I Just Woke Up in Paris." Her and Reverie from Los Angeles. They have a really good song.
Yeah.
Everybody go check that one out. "I Just Woke Up in Paris" and Blimes Brixton's new Castles. Go check it out. I'm pretty sure you can see it on every venue, like Spotify, freaking Google Play, YouTube, all
everywhere,
that shit.
all that kind of
and
shit.
she's at IG at Blimes Brixton, or you can catch them at The Bag because her and Gifted Gab are together and they're called The Bag, Blimes and Gab. Also want to shout out Gab at Gifted Gab Instagram because she's coming out with a new one.
Yeah, I saw that.
She just put out one on Instagram called That Way.
Yeah.
Song, and that's a good one. I really like that one. I got that one on my play, and I want to go see or want to go to the Crocodile on the 28th.
Crocodile.
And she's gonna have a listening album release party for that. So
that should be fun. Huh?
It's called Cause and Effect.
Is she gonna
So I
perform,
think
or
I'm
they're just gonna play the album?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I hope they perform because
that'd be cool.
I think Blimes is gonna be there, and I'm hoping that a couple other people will be there, like Jarv maybe. I'm trying to get my Jay Park sighting. I need to get a Jay Park sighting.
You haven't seen him yet?
Not yet. I'm so excited,
I'm
dude.
sure he might be there. It's a possibility.
I'm so excited. I gotta get a picture and shit.
There should be a decent amount of people there for Gifted
But no,
Gab.
I really like them all. They do a really good job. They're always on their grind. You know what I'm saying? They do really good on their Instagrams. I'm always watching them. They're staying busy.
Yeah.
Especially Blime. She does a lot of artist stuff. You know, she doesn't just do rap and hip hop and
First time I ever
studio
seen
stuff.
Blimes.
She does other stuff. She does, you know, artist shit. She draws and then she also does clothing and stuff like that too. So
first time I seen her ever, she would battle rap. That was
Blimes?
Yeah, it was the first
Yeah,
time
that's what you were
I ever
telling
saw
me.
her. She battle rapped a Hispanic girl, and it was hella dope. They were battling in an alleyway somewhere in California.
Nice.
It was good. She ate her up too. She was hella good.
Yeah, she's pretty good. I like her.
I was like, damn, I didn't expect that.
I like her, and Gab had this song called "Come Correct." That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they do with that. Have a song or with Method Man. That's a good song.
Yeah, I heard about that, and they performed some of it, didn't they, at that show we saw them at?
Yep.
At KEXP.
Yep, KEXP.
Yeah.
When we went to Bumper Shoot. Yeah.
That was pretty cool. That was awesome.
I loved that weekend. That was my weekend.
That was a good
I was so tired though, and I lost my voice.
We saw Lil Wayne, and who else? Ludacris.
We saw Gabs and Blime.
We saw Kung Fu Grip.
We saw Kung Fu Grip.
Yeah, they were pretty filthy.
We saw a couple other people too.
Yeah.
We saw Bad Baby for about 5 seconds, and then I
we
said,
didn't
"Oh
stay.
hell no!"
We didn't stay. We didn't even know she was like performing, did we?
We went and saw some comedy though. Some of those guys was hella
the
funny.
Stand-up comedy was
that
fun.
shit was funny.
I always like watching.
We for sure gonna do that next time when we go. I'm gonna put in the list a comedy stop.
If you ever go to Bumper Shoot and you like have time, like a lot of time between shows, stand up is a good choice.
Go to the stand up. It's a good choice.
It's a really
definitely.
good choice. Yeah.
They have some good people. They had a person there from Saturday Night Live. The guy that was there that we watched, he's starting to do good things.
Yeah.
He's starting to do big things. He's
his
on
name's
some
Amir,
good shows.
right?
Yep, Amir.
Something I can't remember his last name, but
he's pretty funny.
He's performed at the Laugh Factory in California and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's pretty funny. I like him. And then there's this other guy I follow on Instagram. His name's Felipe Esparza. He's freaking hilarious.
The Amir guy did that.
What up, fool?
That Bruce Lee quote that I always remember now.
And I think
because
you
he
know
said
what?
it.
I was watching too the other day. I think I'm gonna follow and I'm gonna start watching a lot of that Michael Rappaport.
Oh yeah.
And his rants and
Do you
shit.
like Michael Rappaport?
He's fucking hilarious, dude. He cracks me up. Like the other day, I watched a thing on. I don't know if it's on his Instagram or what it's on, but he was talking about who is it, Kodak Black,
yeah.
And he was talking about how he was supposed to be as good as Biggie or Tupac, or he's better or whatever.
Yeah, he said that.
And Michael Rappaport gets on and he was like, "Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Who the fuck do you think you are? Fucking ain't no Tupac or Biggie."
I like Michael Rappaport, but he's incredibly annoying.
Oh my god, I love it. It's fucking hilarious.
I'll say that to him too if I ever meet him. Hey, I'll be like, "Yo, I like you in every movie, every show you ever did, but yo, you're annoying, dog."
He would be like, "Listen, you're all right, probably." He's a cool dude, though. He has his own podcast.
He did He made a documentary for A Tribe Called Quest because he's good friends with them.
I love Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah, he made a whole documentary talking about them and shit.
Nice. Yeah, he likes he likes the hip hop. He's all about the hip hop.
Yeah.
All right, so since we're talking about hip hop, N.M.C 206 dropping
at midnight tonight.
At midnight tonight, the progression of Little Nick.
I'm gonna upload it to SoundCloud and YouTube.
Yeah, y'all can't wait for that.
It's all free.
Because I just listened to it all today.
I sent it to you, I sent it to Dad, and I sent it to Brandon.
All I have to say is everything is fucking fire. And I have to give it out to my son for putting a little singing in it.
Yeah, I did a little different stuff in there.
And he switched up his voice a little bit in a couple of songs. I was like, what? Who's that?
Yeah, I had to figure it out.
This shit's pretty dope. I'm very excited for everybody to hear it. One of my favorite ones are, what is this? I can't remember which one it is. Let me read, because I put down notes for it because there was one of them. Okay, so song number 2, Little Nick, 2011.
Yeah, that was about me when I was younger.
It's like about you talking about your younger self and kind of talking to your younger self.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
And then you go down to song number 12, Little Nick, 2019.
It's basically the part 2 of the.
Yep, that's tight. That's that's a really good idea.
I didn't want to put them at one and two, at one, the first one and the last one, so I made them the second and the second to last.
That's a good idea. But I really liked them both because after I listened to one and the other, and I realized what it was.
Yeah, I want to make sure everybody knows that when they've listened to it, so I kind of made it obvious with the titles.
It's really dope. So song 2 and song number 12.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 ones that I noticed that, like, once I listened to both of them, I realized they were kind of connected together. So that was pretty dope.
Yeah, and it's supposed to display the progression throughout the whole album.
For sure.
That's the point of that.
And then also, song number 1, actually, As Your Mother, I'm pretty sure maybe you may ask your dad. It kind of made me a little emotional.
What, the first one?
Yep.
Home?
I was a little emotional.
I made a music video of that with Kieran.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Yeah.
I really made that one makes me a little emotional.
That's a good one.
I love it.
That one's the first one I wrote for the whole album. Like that's the first song that's why I made it number 1, because it was the first one that I ever finished writing for it.
Yeah.
So.
And the one that you have, song number 11, Don't Kill My Vibe.
Yeah, with Isai Marcelino.
Isai, that's how you say it? That's really dope. That's dope. I like him. He's great.
Yeah.
You really mix with him really well. I mean, like everybody in the team, you guys all really vibe real well together. Yeah. And to add another person in there, sometimes it's really hard to tell whether you're going to vibe with them or not.
Yeah.
And you vibe with him really well.
I've met him before, so it was I met him. I watched him rap. I listened to all his music, so it was easy for me to pick which song to give to him.
He's really good.
Yeah.
He's good.
And he's got all kind. You follow him on SoundCloud. I'm pretty sure he's got a Spotify.
What is his whole name?
It's Isai Marcelino now.
Isai Marcelino?
It used to be just Isai, but when I sent him the track listing and I put his name on it, it was just Isai, and he said, make sure you put at the end Isai Marcelino, because that's going to be my
Is that
name.
what he is on Instagram?
Isai the Movement is his Instagram. It's at Isai the Movement. He actually just dropped his new song like 2 days ago. It's pretty filthy. I always repost anything he posts. I was thinking because I sent that song to Alex Wiley and he took forever to reply to it. So I'm gonna put Alex Wiley on the part 2, and I just decided to put Eastside on the part 1.
Also, you got to talk to what's his name?
Who, Alex Wiley? Yeah, I'm just waiting for him. That's all. And Eastside gave it to me within less than a week, probably like within 6 days. I got the song back.
All right, nice. That's dope.
Which is always dope. I always liked that. I had a lot more respect for him after that. You know?
Yeah, right on.
I like when people give me songs back quick.
Yeah, from Rainier Beach. That's tight.
Yeah, he's from Rainier Beach.
Yeah.
He's dope. He was in that Cypher video with Joey that we filmed at our old house when we had that party.
Oh,
remember?
okay.
Yeah, he was in that video.
Nice. Right on.
He's actually his brother, I think.
Yeah.
Is Brandon's dad, one of his homies. So like Brandon knew him when he was really young.
Oh, okay.
So when he came to our party, he was like, "That's that kid. I know that kid."
Nice.
You know?
Right on.
It was pretty cool.
So the whole album is nothing but fire. There was one beat though I thought that was like at first when I started listening I was like, man, it sounds like elevator music a little bit.
Which one is that?
But then Joey starts coming through and blah blah blah, and then it's all like, okay, never mind the elevator music. I'm just listening on to Joey.
Yeah.
It sounds really good. Everybody that you have featured sounds fucking awesome. Michael, Joey, Creation, everybody's in there, you know.
Yeah.
It's a really good album, Nicholas. You did a really good job. And I like the fact that in one of your other songs,
I took my time with it.
You kind of add all your other albums in there. So everybody knows where to go to look, to find the other shit to listen to, because it's all fucking fire.
I mention it. I mention most of it.
And it's not just the beats that are fire.
Yeah.
Everybody, you got to listen to the lyrics. My son coming to you with some serious shit you got to listen to. You got to be listening in on that shit. Because like he said, he got to get up all his dead rabbits behind him. And I'm right fucking there.
Yeah.
And y'all got to learn what that's about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I laugh at when you throw some shit in there like that.
That's why I made
Y'all need to learn what that's about.
That's why I made the what's it called, the cover, what it is. It's like a montage of shit.
I love the cover. I love all the pictures except for the one in the corner.
Whatever. I asked Dad if I could use that and he didn't care, so I fucking put it on there.
Yeah, well, you didn't ask me, but whatever. I don't care.
It's all right. That's where I came from. I had to show where I came from.
It's okay. I don't care.
That's what that means to me. That's
just
like
so
the
everybody
proof.
knows I look better now than I did before.
Yeah, but now people people who I tell that I'm half Mexican and they don't believe me, now they might believe me a little more now.
Whatever. I showed freaking
it's a little annoying.
I showed Jen at work your picture and he said, "Oh, you like Mexican dudes?" I go, "That ain't even a Mexican dude. I'm the Mexican."
Yeah, right? What the fuck are you talking about?
I told him that your dad was a white dude.
Right?
I said, "You're tripping. He ain't a Mexican." I was like, everybody thought he was.
Yeah.
One time, one lady told me she thought he was half black.
Seriously?
Yeah, because of his hair.
Oh. Wow.
I was like, wow.
Yeah,
and plus,
no.
your dad has to go to like one of those places anyways to go get his hair cut.
He's got thick hair.
Nobody can get his hair right.
Yeah, no, he cuts
I remember
his
he
own
got his
hair.
hair cut by Nanny. He was like, no.
Yeah, he cuts his own hair now. Most of the time. I don't know. He might have a barber now, but I used to watch him cut his own hair a lot.
Yeah.
In the mirror and shit.
We used to do hella fucked up shit to his hair. It's hella funny.
He said all of his homeboys used to cut each other's hair back in the day.
Yep. Everybody cuts hair, or like we'll put like his hair in like these little tiny balls and shit, or like I braid it, or have like.
Auntie used to do that to me when I used to hang out with Auntie.
Usually have like one of like the homeboys, homegirls come over and have your dad's hair braided. He looked like he was half black. So it was hella funny.
That's hilarious.
But all the pictures are cool. I like all the pictures.
Yeah, I put it together nicely.
But,
I did.
Yeah, you did a really good job.
Those are all pictures that I just picked out of a box that I had.
And what I really want you guys to do is, like Michael's got a couple of his own sweatshirts for his own.
Yeah. It's his brand.
His own brand.
It's his brand, but it's going to be like a troublesome thing. Like, we're all going to wear his brand.
Slay,
right? Yeah, Slay, S-L-A-E. It stands for Stay Low Key and Elevated.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is
Slay with
filthy.
TroubleSome.
Yeah.
Slay with TroubleSome.
Him and his homeboys, I can't remember their names exactly what he told me, but him and his homeboys put that together.
Well, Michael's having
in a way.
a feature in a show on
He's doing
April
2 shows.
23rd.
One show, one
at the
day.
Columbia City Theater on April 23rd. So if anybody wants
it 23rd?
tickets, that's what I thought it said.
No.
What's it say?
One's the 6th and one's the 7th.
Okay, so one's the 6th and one's the 7th.
Yeah.
But if anybody wants tickets or anything,
I think the Paramount, you
should
said?
take us up at Columbia
City Theater.
Columbia City Theater.
Yeah, that's on the 6th.
It's on Rainier Avenue.
That's the one on the 6th.
Okay, so that's when we got tickets for. Reach out to us at any Instagrams.
Yeah, no, I got a ticket. I got like a bunch of tickets right now.
You can reach out to me on my Instagram, Raquel Welch 77_.girl. Nicholas is at NMC 206.
Yeah.
At Michael Shakur, right?
Yeah,
Underscore Michael.
I think it's Michael underscore Shakur.
Yeah. So, if anybody's ever interested in that in the next week, because we're about to drop this after Nicholas drops his album.
Yeah.
So we're really excited about that. And
when I get enough money, I'm gonna make CDs of this album.
All right, let's
just
do
to
it.
give out for free to people who want them.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
We're about to do some shit, peeps.
I'm gonna put it up online, and anybody that wants one, I'll mail it to them if they're too far, and I'll drive it to them if they're close enough.
Right on. With some signatures and shit.
Yeah,
Maybe
whatever.
we throw in some stickers. We can make some stickers.
Whatever they want.
We can post up some pictures and stuff too. I want to start being like the official Instagrammer for TroubleSome E.N.T team.
Yeah.
I've been going to already went to 2 shows for Creation and recorded him on my Instagram. It's not like I'm the best recorder of anything, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get him out there and show people that he's interested in doing some stuff, and
he's ready.
He's part of the team, so we want to get him out there. He even introduced me. It was tight. The first time we were out there, and we were talking to one of the guys that performed, and he introduced me as your mom, obviously. He was like, this is my home dude who produces me, Nicholas's mom. She's also our manager. I was like, oh, that's what's up, Jalil. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because I mean, his dad could do probably a lot of things for him. You know what I mean? But for him to do that was kind of cool for me. Made me feel a little bit proud.
Yeah, he likes to. He didn't really want to ask his dad for a lot. I don't know exactly why.
Well, I know why. I mean, he don't want to use his dad as out. He want to do it on his own. You know what I'm saying?
But lately, he's been asking and talking to his dad about stuff,
which isn't a bad thing. I mean, his dad has like a ton of knowledge. I'm pretty sure he's been doing it for a long time. So.
You know how I knew that he was like at first when Jalil was like, Sir Mix, my dad manages Sir Mix-a-Lot. I was like, you're tripping, dog. You're lying. He's like, you're lying to me, dog, right? And he told me his dad's name. Went to their house. They had pictures with him and shit. Mm-hmm. And then I listened to a song called, I don't know exactly what song it is. It might be Seattle Ain't Bullshittin'. But Sir Mix-a-Lot says a line where he says, Ricardo got the papers on the table. And when I heard that, I was like, oh, shit, that's Jalil's dad. He said, and Ricardo got the papers on the table. And I was like, okay, he's not lying. His dad, I think his dad used to preview contracts too, read through them and stuff like that.
You know what, too? Ricardo is very intimidating.
Yeah, he's a good guy, though.
He's cool. He's a cool dude. I met him, but he's very intimidating to me. His handshake was very, very intimidating.
When I went to go move to Oak Harbor with Auntie, he took me out to dinner the day before I left with Jalil and talked to me a good amount about all kinds of stuff.
Was it cool to give you some good advice?
Yeah, he's a good guy.
That's cool. He's a good guy. He seems like he's cool. I'm glad he came to see Jalil.
He's very welcoming when I went to his house a lot, I've been over there quite a bit. He knows me now.
Right on. I like that also, too, that you mention your dad in your album, too, a few times. So that's kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure your dad likes that, too.
Well, my dad, I don't know if he realizes it as much as you. My dad has put a lot of musical influence in me and has, shaped what I listen to. Yeah. Also, the same way you did.
Well, I mean, me and your dad kind of have similar tastes, so.
Yeah, whenever I remember I bought an aux cord and I filled up my iPod with all kinds of shit. Yeah. And my dad just used it every time we drove anywhere. And everything I listened to, he listened to. Yeah. So it was always, there's never really a problem there.
Well, we all grew up together. That. Yeah. That's hella funny.
Yeah, I always thought Method Man and Biggie were the greatest rappers of all time because Dad said so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he said that to me one time, and I was like,
Method Man's a shit.
Yeah,
Oh my God! Just speaking of like when you just said Biggie, I did go see on the fly. Went to go see Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Oh yeah, randomly.
Because I just randomly was like, it's Sunday at 6 and it's supposed to be Bone Thugs, and somebody posted that there were still tickets left. I was like, what?
Yeah.
So I went down there and I bought myself a ticket. I asked Joe if he wanted to go before I left, and he said he's playing video games. I'm so sure.
Yeah.
But so I said, F it, I'm just gonna go anyways. Fuck that, I'm gonna check that one off my list. And saw a couple people beforehand.
Yeah.
G Prez was there doing DJing beforehand. I follow him on Instagram. He does all kinds of shit. He's like he drives a party bus, and he does stuff like that, and he does all kinds of shit. He's a DJ and shit.
Did they diss the Migos while they were there?
I didn't really say anything like that. They was just, they had a lot of people beforehand.
Yeah.
They didn't come out until like almost 9:45, almost 10 o'clock. You know what I mean?
It started at like 8.
It started, yeah. So I was like, man, and I had paid for parking only until like midnight. So I had to leave at a certain time. And plus, I don't like being downtown.
Some shows take forever. When I went to go see the Smashing Pumpkins with Jade, that show took.
Yeah, that was probably a long show. They got a lot of songs.
It was a 3-hour show.
Wow, that's cool though.
Yeah.
That's like when I went to go see Coldplay. That was an awesome show.
They had a cool opener though.
But I did fucking have the best time when I didn't think I was going to lose my mind as much as I did, because they played every fucking song I fucking heard when I was a kid.
Like
I started freaking the F out, especially when they were like, we want to give a shout out to B.I.G. And then when you start hearing dun, 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 I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna freak out.
They started doing it.
Yeah, and I started freaking, and I was in the front too. I was like, hey, I was kicking it. I was living my best life that night. And I even met this lady. She thought I was trying to step in the way of her son or whatever. And she was like, oh, well, my son was just standing right. I was like, it's okay. It's all good. I'll move out of the way. She was like, okay. And I was like, oh, you're here with your son? And I was like, oh, hey, that's cool. I usually go out with my son sometimes too. She was like, oh, he's my best friend. I was like, oh, that sounds familiar. And then her son came in, and I introduced myself to him, and he started talking to me. I think he was trying to flirt with me.
Yeah.
I was like, don't even start, kid. I go, you like my kid.
Last show I went to was the Travis Thompson show. That was the last one I went to.
That was tight time. That was a good show.
That was a good ass show.
Yep. That was fun. You guys were like in the front almost.
It's one thing to go to a Showbox show and enjoy the music, but it's another thing to go to a Showbox show and literally see the name of your street just up in lights.
Up there.
The street you live on up in lights on a stage.
And on shirts and on all kinds of stuff.
It was fucking
so
awesome.
Weird.
It was awesome.
It's going to be cool. It's cool though. I mean, like just like when I was at work and I posted on Instagram, I was like, listen to Travis Thompson.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Talking about rolling down 509.
Yeah.
Rolling weight up.
Yeah. Shit is fire.
That's tight.
I was hella excited about all of it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool.
Oh, man.
Been rolling through the streets of Burien my whole life.
Yeah, I don't ever skip a Travis Thompson song when it comes by on my iPod. Never.
Right? It's pretty good shit. Good shit. The Runaways. That's the album right there, right? He just finished his little tour he was doing with... I don't remember who he was.
I can't remember the guy's name because I never
he was
really
touring
listened.
with somebody for a little while.
And he just put out some new hoodies and stuff on Ambom Boulevard. I think it's AmBombBoulevard.com or something like that. You can get some hoodies and some new T-shirts and shit.
Yep.
Filthy.
They're pretty tight looking too.
I needed a black one. That's what I need. I need a black one.
Yep, he's got that bright orange color. I don't know if I'm down with that color, but I like it for the hats that he sells.
Back in the day when I was younger, going to Evergreen, if I wore bright orange, people thought that I was a Hoover Crip.
That's weird.
They're like, "Are you with Hoover?" And I'm like, "No, man. Come on." I could only wear like blue and black and weird colors without, then nobody would say anything to me.
Yeah.
But if I wore too much of one color, somebody would be like, "What's up with you?"
That's like when I tried to wear jean Nikes when I was a kid. That was what was gangster popular.
Yeah.
Right? And if I tried to wear, like, I got this dark green color, they were like, oh, what's that you claiming?
Yeah, no.
I said, I'm claiming myself. Bitch, I love these shoes.
That's what happens when you live in this neighborhood.
Right.
Or at least around the time I was there.
So I'm going to go out the show with some New Age Hippie from the album.
Yeah.
Right? Already released. This one's been out for what?
Shit. Well, at least a month or maybe 2.
Yep. A little bit.
Produced by
I've been listening.
PJ Has Beats.
This is a pretty tight beat.
PJ
This
Has
is song
Beats.
number 5.
He's from, I think he lives in Renton. That's where he's from. Got a free beat from him.
It's tight.
Yeah.
I like this beat. This is a really good beat. Super far. Been bumping it for the last month, and then the car, and then the new Volvo.
Yeah.
Yeah. On my phone, be doing bumping it at home. You see me on my Instagram. Cause my son spits fire. All his team spits fire. TroubleSome, TroubleSome, TroubleSome.
I ain't bitching, just spitting the facts. That's why they never put my shit on repeat. While they sleeping, you bumping the beast. I'm famished, I'm hungry, I'm feeling to eat. Next up is the best of everything you aspire to be. Never doubt me or the fucking king. Next up is trouble. Dead rabbits piling up behind me. Grave getting deeper, we gon' need another shovel. I ain't playing with none of
This
y'all.
tight right here. I like all this like change up of the beat and stuff. It's tight.
Feel blessed when I come about the fucking house. My city up next. It's evident, here's the evidence. They let me get in my zone. That I'm more really iller than they ever been. I promise you I'm focused. Too low key for you to notice. Stay elevated.
Alright, that's episode 5, right?
Yeah. Episode 5. We just hit the hour mark. We're on a full hour right now.
Everybody go check out the progression of Little Nick. Coming out.
Tonight at midnight, but it'll probably already be up by the time this comes out.
What? Shout out TroubleSome Team Creation.
I'll put the link in the bio for everybody to go straight
Michael
to the...
Shakur.
Yeah, everybody.
Joey Chambers 206.
Patty.
Petty Peg. Dank it up.
Everybody. Everything.
Hey. See y'all next time when we on that episode 6.
Yeah.